what else has he said that's hateful?
I'm good.
You're the third liberal I've talked to today, and you can't back yourself up. I would welcome you to have the second opportunity of you approached me if you could dialogue.
I don't think Republicans are evil by any means. To get closer together is the key, and for the right not to, demonize the left, and for the left to not demonize the right.
Do you agree that calling Trump supporters and Trump a Nazi and comparing everything the administration does to Hitler is very troublesome and can radicalize people?
Absolutely. That is not something...
We can agree on that.
Okay.
All right.
So what else has he said that's hateful?
I'm good. Honestly, I've seen you so much on TikTok, and I cannot.
Thanks for following my content. I think it's funny. You're the third liberal I've talked to today, and you can't back yourself up. Would you support me being trespassed from public property? I would welcome you to have the second opportunity of you approached me if you could dialogue and actually give me proof for the things that you said about Charlie Kirk. I would love to hear your perspective and maybe
proof
even
about what he said. It's fine.
Thank you
so
much.
much.
What he said.
Yeah, and I would love to hear what you've heard and said and maybe give you a different perspective.
Have you not seen the videos?
Oh yeah, I have.
And what do you think of the videos?
Well, you keep saying the videos.
I would like to know. I have a question as well.
Okay.
I would like to know what, if you defend every single thing he said.
I don't.
Okay,
That's what I was going to ask is, do you agree with Charlie Kirk?
So I disagree with Charlie Kirk on what he believes Catholicism is. That's one area that I disagree with him on. I also disagree with him on the death penalty because I'm Catholic. And he justified the death penalty, and his reasonings make sense. Just from my Catholic standpoint and my faith, I don't agree with that. He was also very welcoming into anybody joining the conservative movement. I feel that the conservative movement should be a little bit more gated into who can be, call themselves a conservative and whatever. I do gatekeep that a little bit because I think conservatism means something. And so I think people who live a lifestyle that's not very conservative probably should be, work on yourself, and then, we could call you a conservative.
I have a question then too.
Yeah.
You told him not to let a man speak for me, but Charlie Kirk's main movement is to have women submit to their husbands and basically have more kids and to just become basically back how we were a while ago, not progressing any type of women's rights forward, but kind of moving them backwards.
Did you hear his wife's speech at the memorial?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, the entire thing.
I did.
I didn't hear the entire thing.
Yes.
But
So the entire thing, and this is Charlie Kirk's wife, who you're saying would be under his submissive role, right? She gave a speech speaking of her and Charlie's faith and their idea and their dream of the American family. And she literally says, a wife is not your slave, is not your less than, is not your mom, your maid.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
She is your helper. She is there to be one flesh with you, and she is there to be the heart of the home, and women should guard their hearts.
When they have children. But the thing is, I don't want children. He literally made people who don't want children, and I can't tell you the exact quote. I don't remember it right now. If I had the time to find the video, I could. But something about if women don't have children, they don't have value. And I think that's extremely hurtful to people who don't want children like me. That
was his sentence, that women who don't have children do not have value?
Yes, similar to that. It probably isn't those exact wordings, no, but there's some similar quote that he said that I
think what he was probably saying, because we can't speak for him right now, and I don't know that clip that you're talking about, but I would love to see the full context. Hi, there's someone taking a picture of me. I think what he was probably saying is that they don't have anything to value. They don't have much to value.
But that's
because
also
when you
offensive, right?
Well, I mean,
because that's not true to me at all.
And that's fine if that's not true to you, but he is speaking from a man of faith and a faith perspective.
But I don't care what a man of faith is talking about.
I'm trying to hold on, I'm speaking, and then you can ask.
Yep.
What he is trying to encourage people, his number one goal, if he were to be a politician, would be to revive the American family, because he has found true joy and a meaning in life that he has never experienced before he was married and had two beautiful young children.
And that's wonderful for him,
I'm
but
still talking.
Why are you out here trying to convince people who just don't care?
I'm trying to talk to you. Please stop interrupting me. He's not saying that people don't have value if they don't have children, because he straight up told gay people who aren't going to have children naturally, that they have value and their life matters. He believed every single person has value on this earth. I think what maybe, and I'm just guessing because I don't know the sources that you're talking about and I haven't seen the video, is just saying the value that a mother gets after she has children is unspeakable because of the love that she experiences for her children is unremarkable. And that is the most important thing to her. And that's where she finds her value every day in life. And I can speak from experience. I agree wholeheartedly with that. As a mother, there's nothing more beautiful than the love you have for a child who loves you unconditionally.
And
so that's what he was saying.
Like, you know, I'm happy for you all, like that you're mothers, but when you aren't, and you don't want to become that as a woman,
or can't physically cannot,
that type of belief system and telling people that like that's the best thing you can do in your life, this is, and I'm sure it is for you guys, I have no doubt that it is, but for me, I hold a different path in life, a different moral place of where I want to go, but your group party makes me feel like I am less than because I don't want to have children, and I don't think that's.
I want to hear. I have a question. Hold on. So I guess my question to you is: do you believe that Charlie Kirk's teachings of Turning Point USA aligns with the Republican Party today?
Yes.
Okay. At this point. There's nothing more that I think we want to talk about.
Yeah.
That's really the only question as I wanted to know.
And what do you find for that question? I know there's context behind that question. What's the context behind that question?
The context is if you feel that the Republican Party, I don't want to use MAGA, I don't want to use Trumpers, I want to go, let's go what it is. If the Republican Party feels that the teachings of Charlie Kirk aligns with the conservative movement of the Republican Party, then that's what I just want. It was a personal question to you, is do you believe that?
Is that a bad thing?
I'm not in the Republican Party, so I can't say if it is or is not a bad thing, because I think for you as a conservative and a Republican voter, if that's how you voted, if you feel that he aligns with what you believe is true. And if it is, then that's what you believe. It's not what I believe. And this is kind of where, you know what I think is amazing? From all people, look at what Candace Olsen is saying right now on the internet.
Candace Olsen?
Yes. She is very, at this point, saying the divide is not between you and me. It's between the 1% that is really running everything and deciding what's going on.
Candace Olsen. I'm sorry. I don't know who that
Charlie
is.
Kirk, one of Charlie Kirk.
Candace Owens.
I'm sorry.
Owens.
Candace
Okay,
Owens. I'm
okay.
sorry. Trying to pull all this stuff together here.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Candace Owens is saying that the 1% really is what we need to be focusing on and not the little stuff, because she says that whenever there's a dramatic event like the Charlie Kirk assassination, right? Horrible thing that happened. In those moments, that is when the government overreach happens at its highest, because now they feel that they have power to say, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, which normally does not align with the conservative Republican movement, because government overreach is not something that you want, right? You want to stay out of these things.
Not me particularly. I don't mind a big government if it's advancing things that are good for the country and conservative values and stuff. I'm not one of those, we need less government, we need a smaller government, government small enough to fit in my pocket. I don't really subscribe to that. I think a government that works for the conservative values and the American family, I think that's a good thing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you believe that yes, as long as the government is working towards conservative values, that's okay with you.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I do.
That's where.
And are you talking maybe about Pam Bondi talking about hate speech or free speech, or the FCC talking about Jimmy Kimmel? Is that what you're referencing?
Just in general of what really aligns with the conservative movement, the Republican Party. Is that something that you feel one speaks to you?
Yeah.
Is what she's saying that, look, the divide that's happening between morals right now is what's distracting us from, is government overreach about to happen?
I
Are
think
they about to, take away other rights that should have been not touched at all. You know?
I think what the issue is that needs to be focused on is that there has been a very violent rhetoric from the left wing that keeps calling Trump supporters and anyone who supports him and votes for him Nazis, and that there's ICE detention centers. Actually, they're concentration camps, and they can be compared to Auschwitz, and that Trump is Hitler, and that we're living under a dictatorship, and they're about to round up all the brown people and round up all the women, and they're going to put you in jail if you go and try and get an abortion or take care of your miscarriage in a hospital. That is what we need to focus on, because it's getting people killed out here. People are dying.
That they are doing are getting people killed.
Can we end?
Do you not
I
think?
end on one question.
Oh, I wasn't done with my point.
There needs to be done with this point.
Yeah.
So why don't
there needs to be something done about the rhetoric in this country.
Because I just want to end it on.
Do you agree that calling Trump supporters and Trump a Nazi and comparing everything the administration does to Hitler is very troublesome and can radicalize people?
Absolutely. That is not
then
something...
we can agree on that.
Okay, we can agree. Yes, no one needs to
That's what needs to be focused on.
There are behaviors that are like, this can be seen as that and this can be seen as this. You got to look at what's going on. Let's look at what's happening.
Left-wing violence, because people are being radicalized.
I know. I know that this is gonna... We could do this.
Go all day.
Sure.
Do you feel that children in schools should have free lunch?
You know what? I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind children in schools having free lunch. If they need free lunch, they should have free lunch.
Absolutely. Let's end it on that. I think that's a good place to end it on.
That doesn't bother me. I think children should be supported, and I think women should actually have paid maternity leave for probably a year to be with their child. I think that there should be government funded breastfeeding support and postpartum support. I think men should have the right to have their paternity leave also to be with their wife and with their children. I don't think pregnant women and postpartum women are cared a lot about in this country, and I would support government programs for that. In-laws.
You know what I think is great is that some of the things you just said clearly align with a Democratic policy. But not every Republican Trump supporter, Republican voter is going to say those things.
Oh, I know.
And I would encourage you to help teach why those are good things.
Absolutely.
And that's where we can really come and again, because some might say that those are socialist ideas, that the government is going to support breastfeeding. Now, I'm sure y'all would say, as long as that woman, they're real, so like as long
Yeah, we can't have men out here breastfeeding children.
Like we're not doing implants and all that. I don't want to get into that, but I think that's a good place where I would say with your following, with the people that support you, if they hear that, we can get closer together.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, hey, fist bump. Appreciate you guys.
The whole point of this, for you guys to discover that Republicans aren't evil and you guys aren't misguided. And that seems to be the majority of what people think. That I've had relatives, unfriend me. I'm not overtly political, but I'm not evil either. And that's what this is.
I hope that you understand, like, I don't think Republicans are evil by any means. You're a person. That is not the case at all. I just have certain beliefs towards certain, morals that I have. You have what you have, but I agree with his point, if to get closer together is the key, and for the right not to, demonize the left, and for the left to not demonize the right. But for that to happen, there has to be an understanding that we need to meet in the middle, and we can't just have these one-sided arguments and these. So that's what I would say.
I appreciate you guys coming back up. I do really appreciate you.
Yeah, the Constitution is all founded on compromise, with us working together. And compromise, you got to be careful what you compromise with, but you also have to be able to discuss things. And that's all Charlie Kirk was doing. I thought he was awesome, and I miss him. Yeah. But
thank you.
I appreciate you guys. Now more than ever, for obvious reasons, I go nowhere without security. I do not film without security. I always have one with me, and we love them over here. We appreciate them. being with me at all times. If you would like to continue having them by my side, you can go to patreon.com/Kaitlin Bennett to support my work and specifically support my security fund. I appreciate you guys so much for keeping me safe out here, and God bless you. Even just $5 a month at patreon.com/Kaitlin Bennett helps me tremendously keep myself safe. So thank you and God bless.